The phone vibrated on the nightstand, its harsh buzz slicing through the stillness of the dingy motel room. I stared at the screen glowing faintly in the dark. Her name. Elena. My chest tightened, a knot of grief and anger twisting inside me. A week ago, she'd pushed me out, voice flat, eyes averted as she handed me a suitcase and divorce papers. And now, at 2:17 a.m., she was calling. I let it ring. Each vibration felt like a taunt against the hollow ache in my gut. What could she possibly want? My thumb hovered over the screen, torn between answering and hurling the phone at the wall. On the last ring, I gave in. Elena, I rasped, my voice cracking under sleepless nights and whiskey-soaked days. Mara, I need you to come back. Her tone was soft, trembling, nothing like the cold steel she'd had when she told me to leave. Please. I can't do this alone. Do what? I snapped, sitting up on the creaky mattress. The air smelled of old cigarettes and regret. Neon from the motel sign bled through the curtains, casting the room in sickly colors. You threw me out. You said we were done. I know. Her breath hitched, a sob breaking through. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Just, come home. Suspicion curled in my stomach like barbed wire. This wasn't the Elena I knew. The fierce, unyielding woman who'd built a life with me over a decade, only to dismantle it overnight. Something was off. I wanted to believe her, to hope she still loved me. But I couldn't forget the distant glances, the hidden late-night texts, the lipstick on her collar I'd pretended not to see. Everything screamed betrayal. I'll be there in an hour, I said flatly, hanging up before she could answer. I didn't trust myself to speak more. The drive blurred past, wet asphalt, flickering streetlights, wipers smearing rain across the windshield. My hands clamped the wheel, knuckles white as my mind replayed the last month. Her laugh fading, her touch fleeting, her excuses piling up like unpaid debts. Work's been crazy, she'd said, brushing off my questions about late nights. I'd believed her because I wanted to. Love makes you blind. When the house finally came into view, its windows were dark except for a faint glow in the living room. I pulled into the driveway, my heart hammering. The smell of wet grass and a brewing storm filled the air. I hesitated at the door, key in hand, feeling like a trespasser in what had once been my home. What was waiting for me inside? An apology, a trap, or something worse? The silence inside was heavy, charged. The living room was dim, lit by a single lamp that cast long shadows across the walls. Elena sat curled on the couch, knees tucked to her chest, dark hair spilling forward. She looked smaller somehow, fragile, her eyes red and hollow. Mark, she whispered when she saw me, rising slowly. She took one hesitant step forward, then stopped, unsure if I'd allow her near. Thank you for coming. What's going on? I asked quietly, scanning the room. Her phone lay face down on the coffee table next to an empty wine glass. A men's leather jacket, expensive, hung over the armrest. My stomach lurched. I didn't mean for it to end like this, she murmured, voice breaking. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I need you. Handle what? I moved closer, the floorboards creaking beneath my boots. Elena, you threw me out. You filed for divorce. And now I'm supposed to just forget it? What aren't you telling me? Her lips parted, but no words came. Her eyes flicked toward the hallway. I followed her gaze, my pulse spiking. A faint sound, a shuffle, a muffled thud, from the bedroom. Our bedroom. My voice dropped to a growl. Who's here? I stepped toward the hallway. She grabbed my arm, her fingers icy and trembling. Don't, she pleaded. It's not what you think. Then what is it? I shook her off, anger burning hot. You've been lying to me for weeks, maybe months. The late nights, the locked phone, the way you stopped looking at me. I'm not an idiot, Elena. Tears streaked her face, but I didn't. The sound of my own footsteps thundered down the hallway, sharp and violent, like gunfire echoing off the walls. The bedroom door stood ajar. I pushed it open, bracing myself for emptiness, praying for it, only to see him. A tall, broad man stood at the edge of the bed, shoving clothes into a duffel bag. His face was half hidden in shadow, but recognition hit me instantly. David. The co-worker. The one she swore was just a friend whenever I'd asked about her late nights. He froze when he saw me, his eyes locking with mine. The room felt like it stopped breathing. "Mark," he said, calm, too calm. "This isn't." "Get out," I snapped, my fists curling tight. "Now." But he didn't move. He just stared, jaw clenched. Then I felt her rush up behind me, her voice frantic, almost pleading. "Mark, please, just listen. It's not what it looks like." I turned to her, my voice breaking under rage and heartbreak. "Then what is it, Elena? Because it looks like you've been sleeping with him. In our bed. In our home." Her hands twisted together, trembling. I didn't mean for this to happen. It was a mistake. A horrible mistake." A bitter laugh tore out of me, sharp and hollow. "You don't accidentally betray someone you love. You don't lie for months by mistake." David took a step forward, hands raised in surrender. "Let's just calm down. I'll leave, okay? I don't want trouble." "Trouble?" I stepped closer, heat burning in my chest. "You're in my house packing a bag like you live here. You don't get to walk away like it's nothing." "Mark, stop." Elena grabbed my arm, her nails biting into my skin. "He's leaving. I told him to go. That's why I called you. I want to fix this. I want us." Her words cut deeper than anything. They didn't heal. They just made the wound bleed harder. "Fix this." My voice dropped, ragged. "You think you can just call me back and erase what I saw? Erase him in our room, your tears, your lies?" "I know I messed up," she sobbed, collapsing onto the bed. "I was lonely, Mark. You were always gone, always exhausted. I felt like I was losing you. And David, he was there. It wasn't love, it was weakness." Her confession gutted me. I wanted to shatter something, scream until the walls shook. But when I looked at her, all I saw was brokenness, regret etched into her face. She wasn't cruel. She wasn't a monster. She was human. Flawed. And so was I. David cleared his throat, zipping the duffel. "I'm going. I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't mean." "Shut up," I snapped, refusing to look at him. He brushed past me, footsteps fading down the hall until the front door clicked shut. Silence dropped heavy in his absence. I sank into a chair, burying my face in my hands. The air still carried her perfume, familiar, suffocating, ruined. "Why didn't you tell me?" My voice came out hoarse. "If you were lonely, why not say something?" "I tried," she whispered. "But you were always tired, always working. I didn't want to burden you. So instead, you gave me this." I lifted my head, eyes locking with hers. "You broke us, Elena. You broke me." She crawled across the bed, reaching for me, but I pulled back. "I love you," she cried. "I know I don't deserve you, but I love you. I'll do anything to make this right." God, I wanted to believe her. I wanted to reach for her, to erase it all. But the image of David standing in that room, the taste of betrayal, it was too raw. I stood, unsteady, and walked to the door. "Mark, please," she begged, her voice cracking. "Don't leave." I paused, hand tight on the knob, heart splitting open. "You left first," I said, and stepped out into the rain. The drive to the motel dragged on forever, my vision blurred by tears. My phone buzzed again, her name flashing, but I ignored it. Not this time. The wound was still bleeding. Too fresh. I pulled into the motel lot, headlights cutting through the storm, when another message lit the screen. "I'm pregnant, Mark. It's yours." My breath caught. The world tilted sideways. And I knew, in that moment, that nothing would ever be simple again.